All right, guys. So now that we kind of covered an overview of what is Fiverr and how it works, I wanted to be very honest and show you the advantages and disadvantages that you're going to run into using Fiverr. So the beautiful thing about Fiverr is the hardest thing for any freelancer or any business is finding more business, creating more leads, and just getting more business, right? So what Fiverr does for you is when you post a gig, it's a one-time thing. So you post a gig and it's running constantly, generating traffic and generating business for you. So I'm just going to show you my earnings here. So earnings, you can see right here of all the orders that came through and the funds being released and all of that. And I'll tell you guys one thing. I posted the gigs one time, and since then, even when I'm sleeping, I'm getting orders and I'm getting work. So what I think Fiverr can do for you is, number one, it can either get you started building your portfolio of clients, or two, it can supplement your already freelance or creative agency. And the beautiful thing about it is it works for you. And the great thing about being an eBay seller or Amazon seller, or any platform that does the selling for you, I think is genius, because you don't have to take care of marketing, you don't have to take care of getting people to find you. Fiverr does that for you. And no, this isn't sponsored by Fiverr or anything like that, but with that said, though, there are some disadvantages. And one disadvantage is that they do take 20% of your order value. So for example, someone here placed an order for 40 bucks and I earned $32 on that. And no, that's not really that bad, because if you had to get business by yourself, you would have to spend money on advertising and marketing. So that's the only real disadvantage that I've found. And also, they also charge the buyer. So if they charge a $2 commission fee, so it doesn't matter if the order is like 40 bucks or 5 bucks. So if the buyer, for example, someone's looking to order a logo from you, they would pay $7 and not 5. So $2 Fiverr gets, and then they charge you 20% as the seller. So that pretty much covers the disadvantages. That there's really none that I found beside that. But the advantages, again, is one, you can keep all of your communications in one place. So as you can see, I don't have to go digging through my inbox. I can see all the messages, all the communications that I have with buyers, with sellers. And another thing is it gives you really good understanding of where your business is headed. So for example, I can look at a chart of how many orders I've got, how much money I've made in the past few months. And with this said, I'm not really full-time on Fiverr. This is one of my income streams, and basically my team manages the rest for me. And also, another advantage of Fiverr is you have something to work toward. So on Fiverr, what really happens is there's a ton of people. This is how everybody starts with, basically there's no seller rank right here, which is you're a beginner. And then after a little bit, if you meet all these requirements, you start getting promoted to level 1. And your requirements will look a little bit different than mine here, since I am already a level 1 seller. So if you want to, first thing is go from here to here. You just go under Fiverr and you look at your analytics. And the reason why I'm saying this is an advantage for you, but could also be a disadvantage if you are not on top of it, is the more you progress on this bar, which is going from not rated to level 1 to level 1 to level 2 to level 2 to top rated, people on this end of the spectrum have more trust with the buyers, because when you're hiring someone, you have to believe that they're competent and they're good at what they do. So having this system works really well, and I really like it, because once you hit this top rated thing, believe it or not, there are people that make $100,000 or more per year just selling on Fiverr. And you can look this up. If you type in Fiverr success stories on Google, you will find it. And the great thing also about, like I said, Fiverr works for you. And the another advantage that I've really found is when you're offering freelancer services, the hardest thing is getting for people to just place the order without asking you a million questions. So we're going to cover FAQs later in the course here, but you can basically, when you're ordering a logo, you probably get the same questions from people, and you can leave those frequently asked questions right here, so people can answer their own questions for themselves, if that makes sense. You can also give them all the description or your sales pitch right here in the description. And again, you're shortening your sales process and you're focusing more on what it is that you are actually delivering. So guys, that is the advantages and disadvantages of Fiverr.